Hello, and thank you for checking out this video, which is the first of its type on my channel. This video is going to be Enchanting for Dummies, which is hopefully the first in a very long For Dummies series that I will be releasing. Now, this video is Enchanting for Dummies because, let's be honest, enchanting's kind of confusing, and some of the information out there is kind of hard to get through, it's kind of hard to learn, and I was pretty confused even with all the Google resources and all the YouTube videos that I was watching. So today I'm going to be going over things in hopefully a simple way, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Enchanting for Dummies. Alright, so first off, we're just going to start our enchanting. You know, you got your armor, maybe a couple of tools, and we're just going to head up here. We're going to enchant them. But this really isn't great because, you know, we get fire protection, we get unbreaking, heck, we even get a little bit of sharpness. But this is not the best we can do. We can do a lot better. So we're just gonna come over here, we're gonna toss all this, because let's be honest, it's not great. And we are instead going to head down and pick up these 6 tools and these 4 armor pieces. Alright, so the first tools that I like to have, that I focus on, are my pickaxes. Now here are the names of the enchantments that I like. In every single tool, I recommend having Efficiency 5, Mending, and Unbreaking 3. Efficiency 5 makes it a lot faster, you know, it's more efficient. Mending means that when you get low on your tool's life, you can use Experience to repair it, meaning that you don't have to make new tools. And Unbreaking 3 means that it lasts longer in between repairing. Now Silk Touch, I like because, you know, it gets you the silky stuff, the smooth stone, whereas with Fortune, we get cobblestone. And they're different. They do different things well. With Fortune, if you are mining diamonds, you will get up to 4 diamonds with Fortune 3. So that's also good on occasion. Alright, now let's head over to the hoe. The hoe, typically, I would not put on this list, but with the new Nether update, the hoe has suddenly become very useful. You can now use it to get things like the warp block, the regular warp block. It works on hay bales, which is incredibly useful. You know, a wooden hoe can save me a ton of time when I'm raiding a village. So, we're just gonna grip this. And, you know, Silk Touch, Fortune, Efficiency 5, Mending, and Unbreaking 3. Now, important thing, Fortune and Silk Touch they do not stack, because if you used Fortune and Silk Touch on a piece of diamond ore, that would give you more than 1 diamond ore, which would allow a lot of duping. So that's not a thing. Next thing's the shovel. I personally like having Silk Touch on my shovels because I like to get gravel for concrete, but depending on what you're using it for, it might benefit you more to have Fortune. Also, I just like carrying the shovel on me because you never know when you'll need it. And also, you know, the same Efficiency, Mending, and Unbreaking chance. Alright, next we're doing the axe. Now, the axe is a little bit special. We're doing more than just Efficiency 5, Mending, Unbreaking, and Silk Touch and Fortune. We're also going to add in some Sharpness 5, because the axe can be used as a PvP tool. It does quite a bit more damage than, say, a pickaxe. 13 versus, like, 5 or 6. So, yeah, the axe is worth a little bit of your time. Next up, we have the sword. You know, the sword, honestly, for me, was probably the most confusing. Now, what I like to put on my sword is Sharpness 5, because that helps it do more damage, Mending and Unbreaking, for the same reasons, and then Looting 3. Those are the 4 basic enchants for a sword, because they don't conflict with anything. Now, you can also do Smite, Fire Aspect, Knockback, and there's a ton of enchantments, honestly. And if you're going to be fighting like wither skeletons, maybe having a Smite sword around would be good. Fire Aspect does not do well with Endermen unless you don't want them to be angry with you once you hit them. Knockback works well in certain situations but not in others. So it's really all up to player style on the other enchantments. Now, the other things that we can enchant are our armor bits, because those are nice to have. Now for my boots, I like to have Protection 4, Mending and Unbreaking, Feather Falling 4, and Depth Strider 3, because You can choose between Depth Strider and Frostwalker, but in my opinion, Depth Strider is a lot more useful. You can also add Soul Speed. I typically don't because it uses your durability a lot faster. And I don't like having to repair my tools because it's boring. So, I just don't. Now, with the leggings, it's just Protection 4, Mending, and Unbreaking 3. The reason we choose Protection is because it works in all situations. It helps you against blasts, it helps you against arrows, and it also helps you against fire. I've fallen into lava quite a few times on my survival server, and it works almost as well as fire protection, which is on our next piece of armor. We're going to take this golden chestplate, and I like to put on fire protection, mending, and unbreaking on this one, instead of protection, and that's because I usually have an elytra. So this gold keeps the piglins off of me when I'm in the nether, but it also protects me from falling in lava. So it's just sort of a win-win there. Also, on all of these armor bits, you can add thorns. However, I find it nice to not have thorns for when you want to lure some mobs around, etc, etc. There's uses and there's also drawbacks. Alright, now for the helmet, we're going to be looking at probably 5 enchants, preferably. Protection 4, Mending, and Unbreaking, because those are our 3 basic ones. And then Respiration 3, and Aqua Affinity. Respiration and Aqua Affinity, they work together so that when you're underwater, you drown much more slowly. And it'll also take you quite a while before you even start losing your air bubbles. So it's just a really helpful thing to have. And I suggest getting both of them. Now, how do we get these enchantments? That will be in my next how-to video, which is villager trading for dummies. You've all been on YouTube before, you know what to do. Help me show my friends that I am the best out of all of us. Anyways, that's all for today, so do that and have a nice day.